What's going on, everyone, and welcome to another random movie review channel. Thank you for stopping by. My name is Chase, and let's talk about one. And the movie I want to talk about is The Woman King. Now, this one comes to us from Sony, and it hits theaters this Friday, September 16th, if you choose to watch this film, regardless of what I'm about to say. So, what is this movie about? A historical epic that is based in alternate history of the Kingdom of Dahomey, one of the most powerful states of Africa in the 18th and 19th centuries. So that is your plot right there. And going into this, I was super excited for it because the trailers looked phenomenal. Viola Davis can do no wrong in my eyes. She is a queen. I have adored her in everything that I've seen her in. She can be in blockbusters like the Suicide Squad, which I absolutely hate, but she's amazing as Amanda Waller. And then she can break your heart and completely crush you going up against Denzel Washington and Fences. It's just, this woman is she's the GOAT. She really is. And so when I saw the trailer, not only was I excited because she was in it, but it looked really great. And Sony, to me, has not had a film this year where I've been super excited about. Never saw Uncharted, didn't like Morbius. And so they never had like a really good film in my eyes from this year that I was like, I need to see this now. With The Woman King, not only are they proclaiming that they want to have their version of Gladiator in theaters this year, they also want to have an awards play. And it looks like it could have some awards consideration with performances or direction, best picture, screenplay. Who knows? The trailer, it told me all of that. I was like, this has potential. So after watching it, hi, it's me interrupting me, and I just wanted to take a break to thank the sponsor of this review, Movie Palette. Movie Palette takes the concept of the movie poster to the next level. Movie Palette consists of stripes of colors carefully chosen by their team of artists. Every stripe represents a color of a particular scene in a movie and is put in chronological order on the canvas. There are so many movies to pick from, and it doesn't even stop there. They also have whole seasons of TV shows. I recently moved and I needed some things to put on my wall, and I was getting tired of putting up traditional movie posters and wanting something different, and Movie Palette stepped up to the plate. The movie palette that I chose was one of my favorite movies of all time, Logan. This gorgeous palette is a constant reminder of how beautiful this film is and how each scene evokes a different emotion all through its language of color, not to mention a great conversation starter. This is a unique piece to any film and TV lover's home, and I want to help you get one. Use the discount code CHASE15 for 15% off of any product on their website. Film is art, so why not display your favorite as such? That's 15% off of your order when you use the code CHASE15. I like this movie a lot. And to be quite honest with you, since it's been slim pickings throughout this entire year with top 10 consideration, this easily takes a spot for right now just because it blew me away on every single front. This is a wonderful movie. And if you can go see it with an audience, go see it with an audience. I saw it with a packed house, and to have everyone so emotionally moved by the story and the characters and the twists and turns that happen, it was amazing. It was just like watching this rich drama unfold on screen, and everyone's so involved into these people's lives. And so when revelations would happen or intense moments would be brewing, like they'd be into it. You'd be hearing the gasp and the ahs and the oohs and the everything in the audience. I loved it. I loved it, loved it, loved it. It was a great theater going experience. And so if you can go see this movie in a theater, I would highly suggest you to do so. It was it was a really I there's nothing bad to say about this movie. I'm just gonna be upfront with you. It's that good. It's just a really great underdog story, a great story of strength and courage. I love the character work. I love the emotional core that's at the heart of this thing. With it's kind of hard to talk about without spoilers, but let's just say family, and just how you treat your family and just what you do to protect them at all costs. And like I don't know, I just everything about it thematically, character, story, everything just works for me. So I want to start with director Gina Prince Bythewood. Not only did she create a fantastic story of one little girl who, I mean, she's not really little; she's like 19 in the movie, but like, she's trying to find her way. Her dad's trying to pawn her off into a marriage that she doesn't want to go to, and so she kind of ends up in Viola Davis and her, watch and everything, and so we get to see her kind of be that warrior that's fighting within her. And as she is fighting and climbing up the ranks, we are also seeing Viola Davis's character also have internal battles of her own because she tells her early on that it is not great for you to cry as a warrior. You need to hold that back. And so there's a great callback scene towards the end of it that makes it just makes the whole journey worth it. Because yes, she has this strong interior, and she does this in front of all of the potential soldiers that she's, um, training. Deep down, there's something in her that's just waiting to get out, and she just doesn't have a lot of people to kind of console that to. And so it's just it's a warrior story, it's a human story, and I just thought Gina, from a narrative perspective, really takes you on this emotional journey, and I loved every second of it. Production wise, really great stuff. I don't know who was the production designer on this, but the towns that were created really felt authentic. The costumes, authentic. The weapons, the environment. You feel like you are there in the 18th and kind of 19th century realm, and it's wonderful, man. I don't know who was a part of that on the crew, but they did a fantastic job recreating all that and bringing that to life. I truly felt like I was watching an epic story from like medieval times. Like when I was a kid and I saw Gladiator for the first time, that I felt that watching this the same way in terms of like scope and just aesthetic and everything. I really enjoyed it from that standpoint. But yeah, I think Gina Prince Bythewood really just kind of showed us that she can handle epic stories like this and really kind of bring it to the big screen and make you feel like you are watching an experience. And I really adore her for that. So thank you. The performances are out of this world. They just are. I'm going to start with um, uh, the two that are kind of Viola Davis's kind of right hand women, Sheila Adam and Lashana Lynch. Uh, Really cool that they're both from the Marvel movies, but they are awesome as these kind of like badass warriors that fight side by side with Viola Davis, and they kind of have like like a brightness to their personality. They kind of break character and kind of go up to children and let them know that like they are heroes that they can look up to. They also, crack jokes, and they understand when it's time to be serious, and they have a really just warm and inviting personality. But that also works because there's a lot of like new soldiers that they're training, and they really just kind of have this motherly presence, or I guess sisterly presence, because Viola Davis is like the motherly presence. But I really enjoyed their stamp into this movie. And I'm not going to say like what happens with their journey as their characters, but it got me. There was one of them that got me in terms of just where the characters go and how they end. One of them got me. I was just like, man, that caught me off guard, and I was like, that person didn't have to end their journey like that. So, but yeah, I really liked their presence, and they are I guess the second listed in terms of like performances. They are that good, but the two that are at the core of this film, Viola Davis and Thuzo Mbedu. I hope I pronounced that correctly, but uh, Thuzo is the one that plays the warrior that we see at the start of the film that gets kind of brought into this group of warriors. She goes through training. She discovers a lot about herself and her family and her past. And Viola Davis is seeing something within this particular person, but she doesn't want to pick favorites. She's trying to push her because she sees greatness. And of course, there's a lot of things unraveled about her past and everything. And maybe there's a connection between the two. Um, but these two are the stars of this film, the absolute core of this narrative, the performances, everything. I'm going to start with Thuzo first. The way she starts, she is apprehensive at first. Like, hey, she's like, I don't want to really want to train. And they're like, well, where else are you going to go? Like, your dad is going to marry you off to, this random person. Like, stay here and, fight like a warrior and like do something with your life. So she sticks around, and just seeing her fail and go over hurdles and come out the other end stronger than ever was such a great hero's journey to see from that standpoint. I'm gonna flip over to Viola Davis. Viola Davis is a strong presence in this film. She cuts through each scene with this magnitude that's just unmatched from any other actress that I can ever recall. Every time when she's on screen, you stop and you listen and you engage with whatever she's saying. She's that good, and she is able to lead not only a film just theoretically, but lead um, uh, a group of soldiers like this to victory. And there are certain areas that they have to go in that are super dangerous. They do not have guns, and so just seeing her fight through all of that on a physical level as like this gladiator uh, type person, really great stuff. Like, she can hold her own in action scenes. She has the physical presence. You believe everything that she says. But what I really liked about her character the most is that there's a lot going on inside of her that she is not ready to discuss with people. And as we see as an audience member have it just kind of unravel before our very eyes, you really start to understand like why she's decided to take this path of strength and just moving forward and not taking any crap from anyone. And the final two, I guess, scenes of the film really broke me down. Not the final two. It's kind of hard to decipher it time wise, but there's a particular scene in like a pool area and a scene at the end of the film where Viola Davis tells you, "I am the best of all time." And as you're watching her performance, the timidness, the emotional weight that she carries on her shoulders, and the fact that she's able to just kind of let it go for the first time in her life to someone that she's never met, and she feels so strongly and passionate about like what she's saying, she's finally able to be true to herself. It killed me. It wrecked me as I was watching it. Viola Davis is really great at facial acting, and if you ever watch her performances, like she knows how to utilize her eyes and look away if she needs to. She knows how to hold back her tears as she kind of has this angst on her face, and then she finally lets go. Like, it's all about control in her face, and it's like watching a master just work at their craft. So there's a couple scenes in particular that killed me, but Viola Davis really has that balance of strength, mentorship, and then of course just being just human at the core, and just seeing her just have her emotions just kind of be unleashed was really powerful to watch. And then Thuzo, um, she was she was bright with her personality. She was strong when she needed to be. She was great in her fight scenes. I just enjoyed watching her and their camaraderie between one another as teacher and student. Great. She's resistant at first. She cracks a lot of jokes. Viola Davis whips her into shape, and then she starts to kind of like seriously train. I don't know. I just like their whole dynamic, and um,
I really, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I really enjoyed them on screen together. So, let's see what else. The music's also really great. Kind of just taps into classic like 90s films that I remember watching of like stuff of the same nature of like medieval times or like, you know, warriors of a specific like group that have to like fight against, tyranny or whoever the villain is or whatever. Like I thought the music was really sweeping and it really just kind of really tapped in to the overall tone of the movie and the atmosphere. It was just a great mood setter for sure. So that's about it. I don't know what else more to say. I kind of just gushed on it a little bit too long, but this is a fantastic film. I think you should really go seek it out and just watch something different. A lot of some of the same stuff has been playing in theaters, and it's just, I don't know, this was just a nice breath of fresh air. What else more is there to say? So, that is my review of The Woman King. Please let me know down below what you thought of the film, and that will do it for this review. I'm Chase Lee. Thank you for tuning in on this random movie review channel. Thank you for stopping by. And thank you to our sponsor, Movie Palette, for sponsoring this video. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.